For alcoholics, one drink is too many and 1,000 is never enough. From hopeless to hopeful, from existing to living. Fast forward 85 years and 2 million alcoholics would agree. Hi, my name is Michael Latta, and I'm an active member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I'm going to talk to you about our co-founder, Bill W., also known as Bill Wilson. Alcoholics Anonymous could easily have been a cult dedicated to the boosting of one's ego. However, much of the success is that it never was meant to be or became the Bill Wilson movement. In the beginning, AA became more popular when Mr. Wilson attended meetings. People would wait in large lines just to touch his sleeve. He knew then that he would have to self-identify as Bill W. Should members have identified Bill W., they would have thanked him. They would have thanked him for having courage and changing his life and setting the example that encouraged them to do the same. Bill W. utilized his skills from his professional life and applied them to his personal life. He was an active listener. He was able to absorb criticism, and then he was also able to take praise in a humble way. He may have been the most available leader in any organized movement ever. Even when he published the book, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, which has the same name in the main circle, almost all of it was as if it was a birthright. While he was writing that book, it took a toll on Bill W. He had bouts of depression, causing him to be incapacitated and without energy to get out of bed. Bill W. was no stranger to trials and tribulations in his life. He would regard them as moral failings, and in his inability to deal with them successfully would spur the efforts to continue to go to meetings and share in the solutions and not in the problems. The thing that kept alcoholics together, they keep alcoholics together, is the similarities in our stories. As we all come from different backgrounds, Bill as well, he was a stockbroker in the past. Once Bill realized his alcoholism was taking over, it was hard for his wife, Lois, to understand that one day she would have to let him go if he kept drinking to an insane asylum or to an undertaker. Bill W. recounted, "My drinking was interrupted by the telephone call. The cheery voice of an old friend asked if he might come over. He was sober." This was Ebby. It's amazing how a simple gesture as a phone call could interrupt the sickness that consumes millions of people every day. An impromptu call from a friend may be what a person needs to avoid continuation of the habits in this disease. Having admitted that he was powerless over alcohol, it would require something greater than himself to overcome the temptations and the desires of alcoholism. Bill W. inspired, "It was only a matter of being willing to believe in a power greater than myself. Nothing more was required of me to take that beginning, for that was just the foundation of what he was able to build his new life upon." Bill W., co-founder of AA, died January 24th, 1971, but not from alcoholism, because he found his sobriety and he set in motion a path that others can follow if they choose to have a life free of their afflictions. As written in the Big Book, it's by the grace of his higher power that most of us feel we need look no further for utopia. We have it here right now with us. Each day, my friend's simple talk in the kitchen multiplies itself in a widening circle of peace on earth and goodwill to men. The book, I'm going to leave you with this quote from the book. "We of Alcoholics Anonymous know millions of men and women who once was drowning in a sea of hopelessness, found a means of recovery with the help started by Bill W., a friend, and a coffee pot." Thank you.